The failure last season and at the Club World Cup made Pep Guardiola even angrier. This bald-headed coach immediately fixes his squad and will completely overhaul his squad by selling players on a large scale. Uniquely, Pep immediately brought in young talents who were energetic and full of enthusiasm to fill the aging positions. All this is because thanks to Jurgen Klopp's former assistant, Pepijn Lijnders. The latest Manchester City completed the transfer of Morgan Gibbs-White for £60 million. Top Score 11 takes a look at Manchester City's squad improvements this season. Pep Guardiola immediately improved the squad. The collapse of Manchester City's performance this season has frustrated Pep Guardiola. The bald-headed coach urged the citizen to massively overhaul his squad next season. Even though he has brought in new players, Guardiola asked management to wash the warehouse. Pep Guardiola feels the need to reduce the size of the squad. We have a squad that is too big. There are many talented players who unfortunately cannot get minutes to play. We will see what happens next, said Guardiola. As a result, Manchester Blue management began to clean up to release their players. James is the name that is widely reported to be leaving the Etihad Stadium. The 22-year-old midfielder is reportedly being targeted by Nottingham Forest. Garibaldi's troops are said to be ready to redeem James with a dowry of £25 million. Another name that is almost certainly sold by Manchester Blue is Nico Gonzalez. The 23-year-old midfielder will be sold because he is not included in Guardiola's project next season. Instead, Manchester Blue moved quickly to find quality young talent. Fermin Lopez is one of the names that is often heralded to move to the Etihad Stadium. Fermin will be Lego Barcelona because it does not match Hansi Flick's tactics. Manchester City have also reportedly agreed to the transfer of Morgan Gibbs-White from Nottingham Forest. News of his move to the Etihad Stadium emerged because Morgan failed to move to Tottenham. The various steps taken by Pep Guardiola apparently have their own patterns. Lately, Guardiola prefers to target young talents to strengthen Manchester City. The 54-year-old coach is predicted to regenerate the squad, with young players dominating. It is known that the Citizen itself has an average squad of 26.1 years. The problem is that this regeneration is also exacerbated by Guardiola's mainstay players who are getting older. The 54-year-old coach is reportedly inspired by the rival transfer scheme, namely Liverpool. The Red is known to have often recruited potential young players since the Jargon Club era. In the hands of this German coach, Liverpool often take powerful young players. No wonder. The average age of the Liverpool squad since being handled by the club has always been around 24 years. Guardiola also followed the club's transfer method by recruiting Pepijn Lijnders as an assistant coach. Lijnders himself has worked at Liverpool as assistant coach of the Jargon Club. In fact, he managed to find the trend talent Alexander-Arnold to Harvey Elliott. Later, Lijnders got the same task of looking for potential young players in all corners of the world. Pep Guardiola's big overhaul makes the Manchester City squad even more terrible. The coach wants the Citizen to rise from adversity and not repeat the dark past. As a result, The current Manchester City squad has changed completely from the previous average age of old players to young ones. The proof is that the average squad of the Citizen this time is around 26.1 years. No wonder the lineup predictions will be very different in almost all sectors. In the goalkeeper position, Ederson Moore's power is predicted to be shaken because Manchester City are eyeing Diego Costa. This Portuguese goalkeeper managed to carve 19 clean sheets from 45 matches. Continuing in the centre-back position will be entrusted to Ruben Diaz and Josko Gvardiol, while the back left wing of the Blue Troops will be entrusted to Aït-Nouri and Rico Lewis. Manchester City's midfield is also predicted to experience a reshuffle. Rodri, who has just recovered from injury, will become Manchester City's anchor midfielder, while the two midfielders in front of him will be filled by Chani Renders and also Bernardo Silva. Even the Manchester City midfield still has other options, such as Nico Orelli and Claudio Sveri. Turning to the attack line, which will still rely on the figure of Erling Haaland, but the Norwegian striker will later be stacked by Ryan Cherki in the right-wing position. In addition, Manchester City can play Omar Mayash on the left side. Although filled with a star-studded squad, Manchester City are in fact still eyeing a number of new names. Call it like Tino Livramento, Daniel Munoz, Kylian Sildilia, to Sver Halsetnipa. The number of new players also makes Guardiola target Manchester City to rise. The Barcelona tactician even promised to try to buy up all the titles. I know this season we will suffer, and it does happen. But next season we will be back. I will not change my opinion, promised Guardiola. That's the review of Manchester City's massive squad overhaul. What do you think? Will the Citizen rise again and become the master of Europe?